Hello, I'm the Bad Mini Painter. Now that's my name because the less than brilliant Mini Painter doesn't quite have the same ring to it. And while I don't consider myself being bad, I'm definitely not brilliant. If you wanna watch brilliant, there's a lot of YouTubers out there for you. So I'm going to attempt to show you how to get a decent job while lacking skills and attention span. Anywho, so today we're painting up some Necrons Flayed Ones, which besides being a really cool model, also have a really cool lore attached to it. It's basically flawed Necrons that wants to be human, or they definitely have feelings, so they decide to wear the skin of their, well, victims. And that's an awesome opportunity to do something really cool and gory with the paint job. So what I did here was that I decided to base color them with a lead belcher from Citadel. You know, that's the one where you're paying 70,000 pounds for a spray can. And then I went in with the Rune Lord brass for all the Rune Lord brassy parts. And as soon as I had the base coat down, I went all over the model with a fairly heavy layer of Nuln oil to get that definition there early on. Afterwards, it was a Cryptek armor shade for all the brass parts of the armor on these models. If the model change during painting, it's because I'm working on 5 of them, and I just basically selected the ones where the angle was not shit. The Cryptek armor shade is a very pigment heavy shade, so it will darken everything down quite a bit. But I think it looks pretty cool. And there's always the option to thin it if you think it's too much, but I like it. Next, Flayed One flesh, because what else? And I use it for the flesh. I mean, if you're confused about that, I don't know what to tell you. It's normally it has good coverage, but when going over silver, I recommend the 2, maybe even 3 fairly watered down coats for the best result. I have a tendency to make it very blotchy and sticky looking. Then I went in with the pale skin from Skill 75 to do some highlighting. Just a little bit. Oh, just a little bit. And I do it to all the edges. So it's basically an edge highlight. I also go around the tears here and there and slap a little bit on it. It adds some interest to something that very quickly could start to look kind of bland. Then high purple from the Army Painter, the speed paint. And that is to make the skin looking kind of rotten and like it's deteriorating. I'm pretty sure it's the right word, but pronounced incorrectly. I am sorry. And then purple alchemy to mix up with the hive purple. See, the brilliant thing about the first set of speed paints from the Army Painter and the horrible thing is that they will reactivate when they get wet, which is perfect for blending and shit for everything else. But in this case, it was kind of lucky. So I just basically slap it on the skin, not covering everything, but where I could imagine discoloration starting to set in. After that, it's time to do some Stormhost Silver, Old Faithful. And it's again, it's a question about highlighting, so I do it on the blades that are the fingers. It's so creepy, those models. I love them, absolutely brilliant. So some highlighting on that, but also freshening up or shining up some parts of the armor where I felt it was needed. And then I went in with some mood green for the eyes and for the emblem on the chest, the little spider thingamabob that they have on the chest for some reason. Yes, focus. And I hate doing stuff like this because I simply don't have the precision for it. And this is using a super thin pencil, but the result was okay. And lastly, blood for the blood guard, technical paint from Citadel. And if it could focus, there you go. I put that on the fingers, on the weaponry, and a little bit on the skin, just basically adding it on here and there in little patches. I didn't want to overwhelm it, but I wanted to be there. The cool thing about this is that when it dries, it does really look like dried up blood. It's one of the better technical paints from Citadel. And the end result is something like this. See, I gotta be honest, I feel like I could have done a lot worse. And if you watch other of my videos, you will agree that I have already done a lot worse than this. These are actually decent looking. I especially like the flesh. I think it's just an awesome detail for a really creepy model. I can imagine running into a robot that mainly was dressed in skin from its victims. That's some Silence of the Lambs shit. It's creepy as well. It's creepy as fuck. Let's be honest. Anywho, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please do leave a like. If you didn't, please leave a dislike. And thank you so much for watching. Oh, and remember to subscribe. I'm trying to hit 100 subscribers by the end of this year, and I think it's possible. It probably isn't.